All right, everybody, gather around. It's time to get into yet another episode of Agatha All Along. This time we got Billy's backstory. Let's get into it. Okay, so we start out the episode at a bar mitzvah. Of course, it's for who we're supposed to think is Billy Maximoff, but in reality, it's actually William Kaplan. You see that it says it on the little pamphlet thing here. So I'm already starting off this episode thinking that what we were talking about in my mid-season trailer breakdown is true, and check my description box if you want to check that out. But I was starting off the episode like, okay, you know, before that car crash, William Kaplan was an entirely different person. And once he died, Billy Maximoff came in. Like, I was already starting off like, yo, we got that right. We got that right. So William, you know, he got a few little dance moves. He was really on the dance floor doing this little shoulder bump. I was like, okay, William. Like, it's so sad because they really seem like a happy little family here. But Billy said, I don't care about any of that. Billy said, I don't care about any of that. Give me your body. They ain't gonna have nothing to bury because I'm gonna be walking around. They're gonna think you alive, baby. Now, as soon as I saw this strange room, I was like, wait. Watch William bump into Lilia or something, right? Because I was like, girl, it's giving fortune teller, mystical vibes. Like, I was like, Lilia's here. And obviously she was here. She's working at this party. She got on somebody's like grandmama headpiece and like, it looks good. It looks good. No shade. Like it looks good. Hey girl, like we about to look into that future. That's what she said. Give me your right palm. So Lilia says that there's a long journey ahead of you. Like, this is what she says to William. She said the journey is one of transformation. And she was about to finish the sentence, and then the lights start flickering. I was like, wait a minute. If I was William, I'd be like, wait a minute. What you mean? Finish the sentence, baby. What you mean? Y'all ain't pay y'all power bill or something? What's going on? Finish the sentence. You talking about one of transformation and what? The lights don't start flickering when somebody say something good. Like it's some omen come. Like, you got to explain this to me right now. So then Lilia says, your lifeline is broken in two. And I was like, yeah, everything the characters are saying and doing is confirming what we thought, like where we thought Billy came from, how he got here. But yeah, so she realizes how crazy that sounds, like your lifeline has been broken in two. And then she tries to clean it up like, oh, well, you know, it actually could mean that you're just growing and changing and you're transforming, metamorphosis. Girl, you know that's not what it means. You know that's not what it means. It's more, the lights was flickering. It wouldn't do that off of no, like, oh, I'm getting my degree or I'm, you know what I mean? Or I'm getting a promotion. Like, it wouldn't have done, the lights wouldn't have flickered if it was just like, oh, I'm just transforming into a beautiful butterfly. Like, girl, get out of my face. So then Lilia tells him, enjoy the now because it's the only thing that's certain. And it's like, dang, Lilia, of course he can. You mean enjoy the now because you're literally about to die and have someone new enter your body? Like, yeah, of course, I'm going to have to enjoy the now. I don't have any other choice, mama. I'm not going to be enjoying the later. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the now. So then, and I was kind of gagged by this, right? We find out that Lilia was the one who dropped the sigil on Billy. And I was wondering, like, why? But she must have seen the fates or whatever. You know, her powers, she just don't want to be involved in stuff. She don't want to move stuff around, probably. So maybe she was like, I don't even want to remember this. I don't want to remember that I know this. But yeah, I was wondering because, girl, if you met this kid before we met you on the show, you shouldn't have been gagged when he showed up with Agatha. So obviously she was the one who did the sigil. The sigils work on the witches who cast them. Also, and it's so wild because she was in the previous episodes talking about someone put a sigil on that boy. And it's like, girl, it was you. It was you. Now, as soon as she dropped it in his jacket, it seems like she forgot completely who he was, his name and everything. So they evacuate the party because they say, you know, an anomaly, blah, 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 blah. But we know it's Wanda's hex, right? William and his family see Wanda's hex decreasing in size because this is about the time when obviously Wanda's about to erase her hex completely. You know, she thinks her whole family is destroyed because of it. But William and his family see Wanda's hex, get into a car accident. It's bad. William's not breathing. We literally hear his heart stop. And of course, this is where Billy Maximoff's soul or whatever enters dead William Kaplan's body. He wakes up. He comes to saying, Tommy, like, just wig. I was like, okay. okay, I see where we're going here. Immediately, I was like, okay, I see where the episode going. I see where we're going. Because Tommy, as we all know, is the name of Billy's brother. Now, why we see Alice show up as EMS? I was like, wait. Hold on. So, of course, Billy's in this new body. He's in an ambulance now with parents that he does not recognize. He ain't seen y'all faces in his entire life. I mean, I can't imagine what it feels like to look in the mirror and you don't recognize your own face. Like, he was gagging. So Billy's parents walk in and they're trying to get him to respond in different ways, and, you know, they're critiquing each other in their heads. But we can see here that Billy can hear their thoughts. You know, definitely not trying to, but he's like, he clearly hears what they're saying. That's why he says, please, it's okay, don't fight. And then they looked at him like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, we're not fighting. We're not fighting. Parents tell him that the doctors say they can't see that anything's wrong. They can't see any kind of permanent damage. And of course, because of that, they say that the amnesia is supposed to go away, because if you don't see any permanent damage, don't see any permanent brain damage or anything, like, they're probably like, all right, well, you'll be fine. And so they want to discharge him tomorrow. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this boy can't even remember his name. Can't remember his parents. And y'all want to send him home tomorrow? Like, okay, I guess, honey. I mean, so Billy has to go to a home that he does not recognize at all. Pictures on the wall that he does not recognize. Even the dog is like, girl, you might look like William, but I don't know who this person. You smell like Billy. You look like William, but you smell like Billy. He did not. This dog was not having it at all. And so the parents are really doing their best, right? His parents doing the best, but they have no idea how to properly handle this amnesia. So he could hear all their confused and frantic thoughts, right? And but also I'm sure he's like, okay, so what are my powers? How my powers really working? So that's kind of confusing. The main thing is that he could hear his parents' thoughts and they freaking out. They're trying to put on a good face, but it does not matter because he can hear them. He can hear them. And he's talking about stop worrying, just like out of nowhere. I'm just like, sorry, baby, but it don't work like that, hun. You don't remember nothing. From their perspective, you don't remember anything. They're gonna continue to worry. So I guess he realizes that and just commits to like, all right, I'm just gonna act like everything's fine, pretend like everything's fine. He goes up to his room. And, you know, he said, I am William Kaplan multiple times. And we know that's not his real name anymore because the sigil doesn't stop him from saying it. Unless I'm getting it wrong. But I'm just like, if your name is Billy Maximoff, right? And you're saying I am William Kaplan, but the sigil only actually works when you say your real name or whatever. It's not going to work when you say William. Unless I got it completely wrong, like understanding this sigil stuff completely wrong. But hey, we pick up 3 years later, right? And we finally see his boyfriend, and they're so cute together. They're so cute. He's asking about the sigil, and Billy says, you know, it's impossible to solve. It's a puzzle. And while they're kissing, his boyfriend thinks, like, I'm going to just say this. I'm going to just say it. I'm going to say, William Kaplan, I love you. Now, listen, this is cute. But unless I also have telepathy, it would be so scary to date a telepath. Like, are you serious? Oh my gosh. So he preempts it because obviously Billy hears this guy planning to tell him that he loves him. So Billy's like, you know what, let me just tell this guy the truth. He tells his boyfriend that he's not really William Kaplan. He tells him that after the accident, he pretended to recover so that his parents would not worry. Nothing in my life felt normal till you. I want you to know the real me because I love you too. I was like, oh, it's so cute. Homosexuality, young love. Oh, just don't think the wrong thing, Eddie, because Wiccan gonna be, you dating Billy, but Wiccan gonna come out. Don't think the wrong thing. He gonna be on you. Okay, with all that magic. Now, speaking of the boyfriend's name, the boyfriend name is Eddie. In the comics, Wiccan's boyfriend's name is Teddy. So I wonder, all right? I could be reaching, but I just wonder. Because I need a Hulkling. I really do. I don't know what to tell y'all, but I need a Hulkling. Thank you so much. Get on it. It was very hilarious when Billy told his boyfriend to please hide those arms. I don't need no distraction. So I was like, oh yeah, you're a homosexual. Gay. So Billy's putting it together, right? Like he notices the runes on Wanda's hex. I thought that was so cool. I was like, okay. They're trying to figure out what it is, of course. And Billy's like, I mean, it's a spell. It's witchcraft. And then he did even more research. Billy's like, I found this guy on Reddit who used to live there. I'm going to go talk to him. And although, like, Eddie is definitely apprehensive about this plan, he's like, well, if you're going to go do it, I'm going to just make sure you're all right. Like, are you serious? Even though okay, I'm going to get to it later. So Ralph Boner, whatever, makes an appearance, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I expect it? Because when I thought about it and I saw Evan Peters' face pop up on my screen, I was like, what? You know, when I thought about it, I was like, oh, he's the perfect person to talk to. Cause he didn't been around Wanda, the kids, Agatha, like he'd seen everything, right? He saw so much. Like, if you really want to find out the tea, he's the perfect person to talk to. So Ralph's like, oh my gosh, you're not wearing a wire, are you? I would have been like, can you get your hands off me, bro? Like, and Eddie, you're supposed to be protecting Wiccan. Why Ralph got his hands all over? I would be like, back up, bro, like back up. Then Eddie just lifts up his shirt, like, please do not touch me. I'm not wearing a wire. I'm really liking the actor who plays Eddie. I mean, he's fun. I love how they say, get down, and it's just a car passing. I was like, Ralph, if you don't tell me what I came in this dingy, dungy parking lot to parking garage, if you don't tell me, goodness, we ducking at headlights. Man, I'm trying to get back home. So Ralph finally tells us what happened with Wanda and everything. And it's just, he's like, oh, you know, what we know, right? It's like watching yourself on TV inside your own head. Billy asks if there's anything else, and Ralph says no, but obviously he can't help but think of what he's hiding, right? Billy hears that. Billy hears him saying in his mind, please don't ask about Agatha Harkness. Please don't ask about Agatha Harkness. So, of course, that's exactly what Billy does. And Ralph's like, girl, she's an ancient witch who will F your ish up. Please don't go over there looking for her. She really messed me up. Now listen to this part. I cannot believe that they just stayed there while Ralph was spraying something in their faces. Like, at the end of it, he sprayed it on himself too. And okay, but like, it would be one thing if he sprayed himself first and then sprayed y'all. I would have still backed up, because I don't know what you spraying in my face, bro. Like, you a random white man I meet in the parking lot, no shade. Like, what are you spraying in my face? What are you spraying in my face? They just stood there while he's spraying that stuff. But he said, oh, it's witch repellent. I'm like, girl, that's not even going to repel a mosquito. Especially not no Georgia, Florida mosquito. It's not repelling nothing, you witch repellent. Stop spraying that faucet water in my face. What's wrong with you? Ralph said that Agatha hijacked his life. She called me her husband, but I was her puppet. She stole my house, completely ruined the market value. I held this nice lady hostage. I was a terrible influence on Wanda's and Vision's kids, and I poisoned the dog. I killed Sparky too. So yeah, Billy's like, wait. Wanda and Vision had kids? What were their names? And of course, we know what their names. Billy and Tommy. He's gagging. And also, Ralph tells him, hey, guess what? Agatha is still in Westview. But at the same time, he tells him not to go around sniffing around there. And Billy's like, I'm going to get to sniffing. So he's back home putting it together, right? Like, you see some stuff written about sigils here, permanent sigils, active for a long periods of time. Sigils can be made into art pieces or hidden in other objects, can be recharged to strengthen and revitalize the active energy. So, like, he's here doing his research, honey. And then now he's doing his little typing, his little Google searches. And he finds Agatha, you know, like he finds some records on Agatha. Somebody named Agatha Harkness with 2 Ks. And it's like, okay, not Agatha was here in the Zeppelin crash. Like, what was you doing? What was you doing, girlie? Why are you always at the scene of a crime? And speaking of a crime, was Agatha the real Jolene? I saw them ask that question. I was like, oh God. Jolene. Of course, Agatha was Jolene. Put it together. She always stealing something. Put it together. Now we just put it together on Avatar Adrian. Of course, Agatha was Jolene. I told y'all she snatched your DNA strands if she could. She snatched your magic, your powers, your hairline. Like, girl, she will snatch every follicle out your scalp. She will snatch everything from you, girl. She'll snatch your dignity. She snatched everything from you. So, of course, she gonna snatch your man. Of course she'll snatch your man. If she'll take your mitochondria, if she'll take every protein, amino acid, if she'll take every white blood cell out of your body, oh, she'll definitely take your man. she'll, she'll definitely take her man. So of course here he finds out that she was the only survivor of the Witch's Road. He's like, wait, aren't I listening to the song right now? Like, he's definitely getting closer and closer to finding out the true tea, the real tea. He's trying to find his brother. We realize because he, and like everybody else, thinks that his mother's dead, his father's dead, or whatever. Like, and what I mean by that is like Wanda and Vision. Think they dead, but he just thinks that his brother is missing. So it seems like he's going to travel the road, whatever, to find his brother. And I'm like, okay, that's great. That's fun. We already know Wanda's coming back, so like that's a given. I was like, okay, maybe he's trying to find his mom. It doesn't matter. We know that Wanda's coming back. Get your brother. That's a fun quest. That's a fun reason to be walking the Witch's Road. So he pulls up to Agatha's house to do a release spell because he knows that, she's still under Wanda's spell. She's still in Westview. She's still acting like she, a nosy neighbor, detective, whatever. He pulls up. He breaks in like we saw in the previous episodes. Ends up getting, obviously his boyfriend don't know what if his boyfriend knew he was going to see Agatha, I feel like he would definitely not approve of that. But, while they texting cute stuff. But either way, he needs a personal item. He's rummaging through Agatha's stuff. And he finds the locket. She ends up chasing him. We saw this. He said, please don't call the police. I can't have a criminal record. When he was hanging off the roof, he's like, oh my God, what am I doing? And then this interrogation scene, I absolutely loved seeing it from Billy's perspective. Because she had, I don't know if it was like a fake gun or something on her hip. That big kick that she gave him when we first saw the interrogation from her perspective, that big kick she gave him seemed far, far less intense than she was imagining it. Like she really thought her living room was the interrogation room. Right here, it really looks like he was about to start laughing, like cracking up. And by he, I mean Joe Locke, like the actor, okay? Not Billy, I would say the actor. They both looked that way. Yeah, I know they were having a whole lot of fun on set. Like, I just know it. So Billy is thoroughly entertained by the fact that Agatha really thinks that she's like a detective right now. Like, she really thinks that she's in interrogation room. But she's actually under the spell. And when she's like clicking the pen on and off, and he's like, oh, there you go, that'll work. Now it won't. That's how we do comedy. Okay? And then we get to the part of the interview where Agatha realizes that the photos of the dead body she thought she was showing were actually photos of flowers. So he's like, wait, you can hear what I'm saying. I can break you out. So he starts to chant the spell. Agatha freaks out to try and shut him up. She ends up taping him up and shoving him in that closet that we've seen. And then as he's going in there, he says, come on, I do not want to go back in the closet. The limp wrist community is so funny. I try to tell y'all. So then we see this little montage of events that lead us back to where we were at the end of the previous episode. So Agatha's digging herself out of the mud at this point, like digging herself, like can't no mud bath stop Miss Harkness. Like, you better believe it. The sigil is now broken. And they talk about some stuff. Agatha told Billy, like, I kind of figured it was you, like you and your mom have the same tell. And I wanted her to tell us what it is. Like, what is the tell? Is it that y'all all the magic users here, at least y'all witchy people, do that stuff with y'all fingers and stuff. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. You do that little casting stuff with y'all fingers. So I don't think that's the tell. I wonder what it is, though. Agatha, you got to tell us before the end of the season because I need to match it up. I need to do my own research to see if you're right. But Billy said that power doesn't interest him. Clearly, he might not know how to fully control it yet, but he has a lot of power already. I guess Billy thinks that he killed Jen and Lilia, but we've seen from the mid-season trailer that they're still alive. Like, and if Agatha is still alive, if she found a way out of that, those girls are somewhere, right? Like we saw from the trailer. And Agatha's like, I don't even know how many people I've killed. I like that. But she's like, it's just, she tried to count, right? And she's like, well, she couldn't. And she's like, well, it's just my fair share of people. But I didn't let that stop me. That didn't hold me back. And Billy's like, I'm not like you. And Agatha's like, where have I heard that before? And then Agatha asked him, how did you get this fresh new body that you're wearing? And I feel like Billy doesn't even know how he did it himself. Like he don't like Agatha said, don't you dare feel guilt about your talent. You survived like witches have been doing for centuries. You saw an opportunity, an empty vessel, and you moved in. So you broke the rules. Big deal. That's what kept you alive. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you a witch. Now, when she says broke the rules, I'm like, all right, so rules are there for a reason. They're going to be repercussions, even if it's just coming from someone trying to enforce them. So I wonder what's that going to look like in the future. I don't think it's going to be fun for Wiccan, especially talking about breaking rules and oh, wait. Is that the same rule that Doctor Strange broke when he was like dream walking into... Wait, you know what I'm talking about? When he was dream walking into them, but they were dead, or he dream walked into his own dead self or something like that. I don't know, something like that. He was using dead stuff and he was not supposed to, like when he went to go fight Wanda at Wondergore. So I wonder if that's the same kind of rule that she talking about, you know? I don't know. Y'all think I'm reaching with that one? Anyway, I do believe that Agatha really believes that Wiccan is special and that he's talented and that, you know, he's just doing what he has to do to survive, and, you know, that he's an amazing witch. Like, I think that Agatha really believes this, but another very real part of her, I think, wants to just stay on his good side so that she can benefit from his powers, or she just wants to steal his powers outright, like, you know, whenever she can. So yeah, Agatha makes it clear that she wants to make it to the end of the road with Billy, but Billy's like, actually, I don't need you. And I don't know if I ever did, actually. And then he tries to use his powers here, but he can't. And Agatha said it's because she's kind of implying that he has to get angry or experience like really high emotions, or throw a temper tantrum to do it. And I was like, or to use his powers. And I was like, is that why you didn't shove her off of you when she was trying to tape you up with, when she taped you up with duct tape and shoved you in her closet? I'm like, why did you just use her powers to get out? Also, they were fighting like government agents and stuff and police in WandaVision, right? When she was just like, you take care of the government. When Wanda was like, you take care of the cops, and I'll handle something else. I forget what she said specifically. But both Billy and Tommy took care of the government agents with their power. So I'm just like, I wonder where that control went, or if you see what I'm saying? Let's not think too deeply, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's just disoriented from dying and you know, being in somebody else's body or something. Whatever excuse they want to use, right? So Agatha tries to figure out what Billy wants. What does Billy Maximoff want at the end of the road? Catherine is so the drama. Like, Catherine is the drama. So then she tries to estimate, like, okay, well, does Billy want his mom back? And then she says, no, Wanda chose a town full of strangers over her own flesh and wires. Flesh and wires is so shady for Agatha to say. Agatha, you are so shady. Flesh and wires. So Agatha's like, nah, it's not your mom. We don't know where Vision is. They didn't strip him for parts. And then she was like, oh, you're looking for Tommy, who she called Toby. Agatha is so like, girl, how you not get popped, bro? Like, Agatha, how did you survive this long? You got a smart mouth. I know why you survived this long, because you like to steal. You be stealing. You are a thief, Agatha. So Billy's like, okay, well, yes, that's what I'm looking for. You got me. Haha, you caught me red-handed. I'm looking for Tommy. I just can't find him. I can sense him. And Agatha's like, yeah, you definitely a Maximoff. And I thought that was funny because Wanda was doing all this searching, blowing up Carmitage. Like, she was dragging you girls. She was like, where are my kids? Like, she was mad. Little did she know Lilia put that sigil on Tommy. She couldn't hear nothing. But then Agatha said, when the sigil is broken, since the sigil is broken, every witch with a beating heart can hear you. So I'm assuming that means Wanda's like, all right, I done found them. I mean, I can't wait for the Scarlet Witch movie. Y'all, listen to me. Okay. But yeah, I thought it was funny that Agatha said, you definitely a Maximoff, because y'all can't, it seems like y'all can't find nobody. Wanda looking for you looking for your brother. Yeah, don't nobody know where anybody at. Okay, y'all so strong. All the Maximoffs so strong. Why the Maximoff family so strong? Y'all can't even find each other. if y'all don't turn on y'all location, turn on your location and don't turn it off, girl. Use Find My iPhone or something. We are so tired. Y'all dragging the whole multiverse looking for each other. Y'all need to turn on Find My iPhone. Turn on your location. I'm so serious. So Billy's like, yeah, we can finish this, but just know that I don't trust you at all. And Agatha's like, yeah, that's fine. Let's go to the next trial. The last one, there's a nice person. And Billy said, I'm not that nice. And I'm just like, girl, I know. But Agatha's not dumb. So please, Billy, you need to be careful. She gonna take your powers. If you do not underestimate her. Don't talk about, oh, well, I don't really need you. You can't use your powers unless you get mad or something, like you naive or something. You need to not underestimate Agatha at all, because she gonna snatch them powers up quick. Quick, she a thief. I told y'all. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I definitely enjoyed this episode. So happy we got some backstory for Billy. Definitely needed it. We got the reason why he even came on the Witch's Road in the first place. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, love you so much. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff, so just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Cold Wind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.